Today we are going to learn about a special type of sequences known as arithmetic sequences. A sequence such that the difference between consecutive terms is going to be the same, meaning you have to add or subtract a certain number to get from one term to the next. That's the arithmetic sequence. There is a formula we use to find a certain term in the sequence, and that formula is an equals the first term, a1, plus n minus 1d. The d stands for how you get from one term to the next, whether you add or subtract a certain amount. Determine if each sequence below is arithmetic. If it's arithmetic, find the common difference, which is that d value. Also find the 20th term. I am going to skip the first problem. It is an easier one for you guys to do, and I will do the other two with you at this point. So for this second one, what I'm going to do is first list out what the real numbers are. 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, 16, and 25. What we are looking for is to see how we get from one term to the next. Well, from 1 to 4, we would add 3. From 4 to 9, you would add 5. From 9 to 16, you would add 7. Notice you are not adding the same thing to get from one term to the next, so this is not arithmetic. If it's not arithmetic, we don't need to keep going. Well, let's look at the next one. Well, how do you get from 1 to 5/4? You have to add a fourth. How do you get from 5/4 to 3/2? You have to add a fourth. From 3/2 to 7/4, you add a fourth. And from 7/4 to 2, you add a fourth. If you can't tell what you're adding or subtracting to get from one term to the next, just take the next term and divide by the previous term. Meaning 5/4 minus 1 is 1/4. Or 3/2 minus 5/4 is 1/4. As long as that remains the same, which this one it does, we add in a fourth to get from one term to the next, it is arithmetic. So we'll say it's arithmetic. And it wants to know the common difference. Well, the difference is how you get from one term to the next. You're adding a fourth, so d is a positive 1/4. We also want to find the 20th term of the sequence. Well, the 20th term, let's use a formula we have on our paper. an means a20. Will equal the first term, which is 1, plus n minus 1. Well, I'm getting 19 because if this n right here is 20, n minus 1 is 19, times d, which is 1/4. 19 times a fourth plus 1 is going to be 5.75, which is 23/4. The next one says the fourth term of a sequence is 80. So fourth term is 80. The 12th term is 32. We want to find the common difference, the first term, and the formula. To find the common difference, which is the first thing we're going to do, is just the slope formula. Y minus y over x minus x. Your y values are your answers. Your x's are your n's. So y minus y is 32 minus 80 over x minus x, 12 minus 4, and you get negative 6. Therefore, from this formula, an equals a1 plus n minus 1d from the top. The d I can plug in as a negative 6. To find the first term, what I can do is pick either one of these that I know. I'm going to choose a4 equals 80, and I'm going to plug it into this formula. a4 is going to be the an, so 80 is going to equal a1 plus. Now, if n equals 4, n minus 1 is going to be 3 times negative 6. 3 times negative 6 is negative 18, so 80 is going to equal a1 minus 18. To solve for a1, we add 18. A1 equals 98. So we found the D, we found the A1, and the formula for the nth term of the sequence, it's AN equals, plug in your A1, 98, plus, should all be one line, n minus 1 times negative 6. That's your formula. So those were the three pieces they are looking for there. I am going to leave you guys to also try the last problem here, and it uses the same idea that we were doing in the previous problem.